Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for the second round of the Crooked Line Racing Modifieds on Tuesday nights. We are getting ready here to go into qualifying shortly. Let's quickly give you a little bit of an update on our second race in a brand new series that we started last week. As you may remember, we qualified 24 drivers. We currently have 28 drivers that are on track trying to put their best foot forward. And last week's winner will be starting in the back, and that will be AJ Rogers this time. We'll shortly bring you a little bit more update on that. We want to welcome you here tonight at Myrtle Beach. There we go. It is a half-mile D-shaped oval, and it looks like it is a fairly wide track. I'll be honest with you, I have never ever driven here myself, not in any kind of car, to be honest with you. So it looks like it's a half miler with not too much banking. As you can see in the background there, the pit lane exit is separated from the racetrack with a big, wide yellow or white line with, I guess you can call them kind of sausages in there. Trust me, you don't want to run over those. That'll definitely upset your car. The pit lane entry will be right before turn 3 on the backstretch, and the front straightaway, as you can see, is a little bit off line there. It's not straight. It's not really a tri-oval. It's a little bit of an odd shape. 72 degrees Fahrenheit is your ambient temperature, 65% relative humidity, partly cloudy sky here. We are racing under the lights, 2-mile-an-hour wind. That's nothing to be worried about. The track temperature is only 76 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the advantage of driving at night, folks. And my name is Mark, and tonight I will be joined in the booth by our, I guess we can call him our pit reporter, Tanner Marr. We're going to try to give you a little bit more insight during the race as well. So let's bring in Tanner Marr really quickly. Tanner, this is Mark. Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you, Mark.
All right. What's the news for tonight, my friend?
Well, no news is good news, as they say. I'm hoping to just have a good race out here. I know the guys have they have a pretty good setup with them. It's been many laps have been put into this setup, so I'm hoping that we have a good turnout and hoping all the drivers actually like it tonight at least.
All right. Well, is this another setup by Jeff Dooley, or is this one that came from somebody else?
All our setups for the league, we will work on a week by week basis. But Derek Trowbridge and Jeff Dooley, they are our main men when it comes to making these setups. They send them out to us. We test them. We give our feedback, and then before you know it, we have something put together for these guys.
All right. So it sounds like that is a joint venture there.
It's a lot of hands on. We want to make sure these guys have something that all 24 guys can race because setups come down to preference, but we want to make sure everybody can go out here and race and be competitive.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Tanner, I understand we have a new sponsor on board.
Not really a new sponsor, but gotta thank the sponsors always. Maconi Setup Shop. That's your one-stop shop for all your setup needs. As far as anything for iRacing, they can get you fixed up for an official race setup, or you can message them off their website, MaconiSetupShop.com, and let them know what track you want and give them about a day to 2 days to get it together, and they'll get you set up. And then our presenting sponsor, the guy that does all my paint schemes and a lot of paint schemes, all my graphic work, he's my right-hand man if it has anything to do with an image. And that's Michael Falk over at MF Racing Designs over on Facebook. If y'all could just go give him a like, say that Crooked Line or Tanner sent you, it would be a big favor. And, I mean, it'd mean the world to not only us, but to him also. He puts a lot of work in his paint schemes.
All right, thank you very much, Tanner. That sounds like something we want to check out. Is he specialized in any type of car, or can he basically pretty much do anything?
Mark, I'll be honest, I haven't found one thing he couldn't do. He made our brochure, he made our flyer. I came with him with some of the craziest ideas, and he's never once turned me down. And he don't take long to do it. You give him about a day to himself, he'll have you a finished product by the end of the day, just about.
All right, that sounds like a like a jack of all trades there, Tanner. All right, well, we're going to go into qualifying here as we have explained last week to our viewers. We are going to qualify 23 drivers here tonight, and we'll get back to you, Tanner, after we got most of the times in, and we'll be able to talk to some of the guys, hopefully.
Mark,
All right, so as said, 23 drivers will be qualifying for this race. We have actually, I believe, 27 or 28 drivers that are going to make an attempt. The only driver that will not be making an attempt is last week's winner. That was AJ Rogers. The rules of the league require him to start from the back in his race following his win, and obviously the league organizers have done that to ensure that things are staying competitive, and everybody is going to have a challenge that way, and there is no chance of anybody running away with every race. All right, we're currently looking at Michael Swink in the 65 car. Folks, the qualifying laps are individual, and that means that the drivers cannot see each other on the track. They are, in fact, alone on the track as far as their standpoint is concerned, and we can obviously track anybody that is on the track online. We can click on them and find them for you. So here we have Derek Trowbridge. It looks like he is currently in the third position. Tommy Flanagan on the in the number 87 car seems to be doing pretty well here. He has driven the fastest lap time at 17.962, and looks like his second lap was just a tad slower, so his first lap will have to do there. Jason Day is still out there on the track. He is currently taking away that third position from Trowbridge, and he is running a time of 18.033. So actually, Tommy Flanagan is the only driver beating the 18-second lap time here with a 17.9, and everybody else so far is at 18 seconds or higher. Let's see if we can find some more drivers on track there. We have Greg Smith currently in the fifth position with an 18.034 in the number 104 car. And it does look like we actually have AJ Rogers on the track there, and that means that they'll have to manually disallow that time for him. And 23rd qualifier at this point is Philip Barnes in the number 9 car, and we are still waiting for a few drivers to post a time. We have 23 times posted in there right now. So let's see if anybody else is willing to go back out there. We have Charles Stevens, Joshua Sexton, Scotty Stevens, and Evan Wall and Timothy Trowbridge that have not yet posted a time, and I'm not sure why they haven't made that attempt yet, because I would say there is still a chance. We do have extended time for qualifying, obviously, because we are going to try and talk to some of the drivers before we get going here tonight. So it looks like we have AJ Rogers here with us. AJ, first of all, congratulations on your win last week. Again, you opened up this series with pretty good, and I'm told that you are going to be starting on 24th position, sir. What are your expectations?
Patience and more patience. This track really doesn't suit me. It used to when it first come out, but not anymore. It's definitely the style of driving it takes to run around here. But if I just watch what I'm doing and move up through the field, I think I'll be all right. I got a lot of good guys that are all from 23rd up, so it's going to be tough.
All right, it sounds like you got your work cut out for you here tonight. Is there any strategy or planning coming into play that you think might help you without giving away everything, obviously?
Biggest thing is just tire management. That's going to be the biggest thing, and not overdriving the corners, which everybody knows that, and just being able to stay out of the wrecks. Last week we had a whole lot of wrecks. I'm hoping this time go around bigger track, wider, not as quite as fast, that it won't happen as much. But we'll see. I just got to stay out of trouble right now.
All right, so how do you feel about the setup that you've been given, sir?
Um, it's tight, but I'll deal with it. It's just like I said, it's just driving style. I have a real hard time not driving a car in super deep, and when I usually build my open setups, they're pretty free, and this one's definitely snug. But I'll deal with it. I like the challenge. I look forward to running with all these guys. I was looking forward to this day, so I'm not going to complain too much.
All right, AJ, great to hear from you, man. Good luck out there tonight. As said, starting on the final spot of the grid, you got your work cut out for you, sir.
Just thanks to all the guys that put this on. I've always kind of wanted to do something like this, but never had the time nor the dedication to put something together for everybody to run. But so thanks to all the guys, especially Tanner, for doing all this and all his admins.
Thank you very much, AJ. All right, let's move on to our second place qualifier, Justin Carey. Justin, second place here. It looks like there's only one driver under the 18-second mark, and everybody else is a little bit higher than 18 seconds. What is your impression of the track tonight? How does the track feel for you, and how does that setup work on it?
Yeah, like you said, this is a very tight field. The top 10 are all within about a tenth of a second of each other. Track feels really good tonight. Setup is awesome. The Crooked Line Racing guys always give us good setups, so that's always fun. Car keeps a good balance through long runs. We did about a 45, 50 lap run in practice, and car stayed balanced all the way through it, so real excited about tonight. Not real excited about the outside starting spot, but definitely like where I'm at over where AJ's starting tonight.
So is it your expectation that the higher line is not going to work as well as the bottom line?
Yeah, I was going up there in practice, and we didn't have a whole lot of grip up there. A couple guys were saying, though, that this setup, as we run longer with all the cars, that the second groove will come in. But earlier on, I don't think it'll be there. Maybe the second half of the race we'll be able to move up there and really start battling around the second groove.
All right. The way I understand it, you guys only have two tire sets to play with. Are you expecting to use it, or is it going to be your? Do you have the idea that you can do the whole thing on one set? What's the expectation there?
I don't want to go too far in detail on that, but I will allude that track position will be very important tonight, as it's a very small track, and if it stays one groove, passing will not be the easiest. So. Kind of do what the cars in front of me do, but track position will be very important all night long.
Obviously. All right. Thank you very much, Justin. I wish you the best of luck for tonight. You got a good starting position, so hopefully we'll talk again after the race, my friend.
Absolutely. Thanks to you guys, Tanner, and everybody that puts this on. Great fun on Tuesday nights, and appreciate everybody. And hopefully we talk to you on the front stretch.
All right, so let's move on to our third place qualifier. That is Jason Day. Jason, how's it going and for you? And what do you feel the track is? This track state is in, and how does the setup work for you?
Feels pretty good so far. Track feels good balance. Car's a little bit tight on exit, but like AJ said, we'll deal with it and we'll make it work for us.
So, the same question for you. You guys run 40% fuel capacity. Is that going to be enough for the race, or are you going to be just a little short of fuel, or what is your expectation on the fuel window there?
That's actually a good question. I didn't even look at it yet, so I'll have to figure that out when the race starts.
All right. Well, you got some time before the race starts. You can see if you can calculate some of that in there. Two sets of tires. You're expecting you're going to need both of them, or you're thinking you're going to be able to make it to the end on your primary set?
We don't have to go for fuel. I think track position is pretty key here. So if I can manage my tires, I mean, obviously, if you get a good caution or something, you can come in and get them. But green flag run, I'm probably not going to try it.
All right, that's sounds like that is a common denominator between you and Justin that we just talked to. A track position obviously very important. So you're basically the expectation is that passing is going to be a little bit tricky around here.
I think so. Unless the top groove comes in, the bottom is the way to go here. So hopefully it'll follow single file for a little while and not as many cautions as last week. And I concentrate a lot on qualifying this week because I barely made it in last week. So I'm just happy to be in the field, be part of this.
All right, sounds good, Jason. Now, once again, congratulations on a good starting position there. Third position is not a bad place to be to start off on a track where track position is very important. So good luck to you.
Yes, sir, and thanks to Crooked Line for the race and everybody that puts it on. This is a great show.
Thanks very much, Jason. And let's move on to Derek Trowbridge there, number 4th position on the grid. That puts you on the outside. Derek, is that a disadvantage for you, you think?
Yeah, it's usually a disadvantage here. There's no way you can really get down inside just have to wait for a line to open up. Either you're going to get trained or get lucky.
So is spotter obviously being of essential around here if it's that tight and difficult to get down to the bottom. Do you use a live spotter, or are you relying on the iRacing spotter or one of the third party ones?
I have just the iRacing spotter tonight. Sometimes I have a live spotter, but just tonight it's iRacing.
Okay, so obviously that might make things a little bit more difficult for you. How does the car feel for you?
It feels pretty good. This track it seems to get a little loose for me, so you want to start out a little tight.
Okay, all right. So you're kind of hoping that a car will come to you as the laps progress.
As the laps progress, the tires will burn off, and I like my car a little loose.
All right, that is one thing that you hear a lot of oval guys say that, but obviously loose can be a little bit tricky as well when you get into traffic and passing situations. So hope it works for you, Derek. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mark, for doing this, and Crooked Line Racing for hosting the races.
You betcha. All right, we'll move on to our fifth qualifier there. We have Greg Smith, the driver of the 104 car. Greg, how does the track feel for you? Are you expecting it to come in a little bit better on that higher groove as well?
Yeah, I hope so. It's a little tight for me right now. I think everybody's kind of facing that a little bit, a little tight off. And it's like Derek said, I think as the race progresses, tires get a little squishy. I think we'll be able to make some passes. But early on, we just planning on getting in line and riding and chewing off some laps so we can be there at the end. That's the plan anyway.
All right. Well, hopefully your plan's going to work out. Of course, it's oval racing. You never really know what's going to happen. Same question to you, sir. It looks like the fuel capacity has been turned down to 40%. Are you expecting to make it on fuel, or is it going to be just short of the 100 laps? Have you looked into it?
We'll just have to see how we get to halfway point or so. We'll start looking at that. Hopefully we won't have as many cautions as we did last week, but if it could get very interesting down here if the thing goes green for a long period of time. So, but we're all in the same boat. So
absolutely,
it'll be fun.
That is one common denominator. Absolutely, it's always the same for everybody. That's for sure. And same question to you about the tires, sir. You got two sets at your disposal. Are you expecting to be needing them, or do you think you could do this on one set?
Well, with this many cars, I mean, track position is going to be key. So just depends on how the race plays out. If we're in good position, if I get shuffled back or something, then we might gamble and take some tires. But my thoughts right now is just track position.
Gotcha. All right, Greg, same to you, my friend. You're looking good with a fifth place starting position there. You're on the inside. That should help you a little bit at the start there. Derek was already saying that the outside's a little bit of a disadvantage around here. So good luck, my friend, and maybe we'll talk later at the end of the race.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Tanner. It looks like we've talked to four different drivers here, and it seems to me like they're basically all expecting track position to be key around here. So I also sense that there's quite a bit of let's say a cautious approach to the start of this race, and we'll obviously have to see how it pans out. Now, you've been practicing with these guys this week, obviously. What is your expectation for this race?
Well, to be honest, last week I think we have 11 cautions, Mark. So I've stressed a lot this week that I wanted a tighter setup. That's what Derek and them brought us, and you heard it from the drivers themselves. Setup's a little tight. Hopefully that will keep the self spins from happening. And I'm hoping that these drivers just show patience. You heard one groove track. I've heard that just about everybody I talk to. It's going to take 40, 50 laps. Once that competition caution comes out, though, I think we'll have a second groove track. Now, it looks like we have about 5 minutes left or so before the race starts. It's up to you. We can speed this process up, advance session to the race, and get going, or we can throw it back to you, and you work your magic like you always do.
I think I'm ready to race. I think we don't have anybody else to talk to right now. So let's if you don't mind, let's just move on and get this show on the road. I am anxious to see what the guys have told us, how it's going to pan out.
10-4 to you, Mark. Just give me about 2 minutes. Let the drivers be ready. I have relayed the message to my admins, and the show will be starting in just a minute. Want to thank all the fans for watching, and again to MF Racing Designs on Facebook and McConey Setup Shop. Couldn't do this without y'all. And James McClellan, Joshua Sexton, Jeff Dooley, and tonight we brought on Scotty Stevens to be in race control just to help us out. Without them guys doing what they do behind the scenes, none of this would be possible. So just want to say a huge thank you to them, and hopefully we put on a good show for you tonight.
All right, Tanner, thank you very much. We appreciate all their work of the whole team there. And once again, we want to acknowledge Marconi Setup Shop and MF Racing Designs for coming on board to make all this possible. Let's show you real quickly again the race information here. The Myrtle Beach Speedway in South Carolina, a half-mile track, D-shaped oval. As you have seen during qualifying, the pit lane exit is kind of separated from the racetrack with a wide white line and with I would call them sausages in there. I don't know what other people would call them, but that's what I call them. You don't really want to be running over those because that'll make your car jump. Cars are not made for that kind of stuff. Once again, folks, we have an ambient temperature of only 71 degrees. It's not all that hot. The track is 73 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not that hot either, and that is actually a good thing because it keeps the track from greasing up when it gets hot. That's what the advantage is of racing under the lights here in South Carolina, anywhere for that matter. We don't have any wind to speak of, so we're expecting to see a good race, a good showing here. We're about to get ready for the race if the admins can get us moving on here in a little bit. And there you have your qualifying order. Most of the I do believe that all 23 drivers have set a time, and you will see AJ in there. AJ Rogers has set the 8th time. He will be starting in the back. As said, we are going to be doing a competition caution on lap 50. Unless there is a caution after lap 40, between lap 40 and 50, that will count as the competition caution here tonight. As said, the drivers have 2 sets of tires to play with, and before we move to other stuff, let's bring that grid up here for you really quickly. Tommy Flanagan qualified on pole position. Justin Carey will be alongside him. On the second row, it'll be Jason Day and Derek Trowbridge. We heard from them. Greg Smith and Dalton Williamson on row number 3. Wayne Bowen and AJ Rogers. Well, AJ Rogers will be moved to the back, I'm sure. So that moves everybody up a little bit. Now you're going to get me confused. So I'm just going to go through them by position. 9th position is for Brad Ringer. 10th is Jimmy Absher. The 11th position is for Brian Bianchi, and Trevor Vogel is 12th. On the 13th position, we have Chad Engel, and 14th is Michael Schwink. Then it's Ryan Woolbright and Earl Wolf, Tommy Dunn and Brandon Mettler, Kevin Roy, Eric Barnes, Michael Ciccone, and Jeff Carlson. Philip Barnes and Tanner Marr is not driving. He is the pit reporter for us tonight, and he is part of the race direction here also. So there you have your grid, folks. 24 drivers on the grid, and as said, AJ Rogers will be starting in the back. And you heard the guys say the trick will be here to keep to maintain your track position, and so under green we are not very likely to see those guys pit. They when there is a yellow, they will probably also do whatever the guy in front of them does. They don't want to lose too much track position being the only one going down pit road. Well, it's very likely that if they do go down pit road and they have to take tires, you might see some drivers just opting for only 2 tires on the outside to save some more of that track position as well. You see Justin Carey there on the outside is getting eager to go. We're waiting on the pace car to start moving. There we go. The gray little things that you see in that white line there, that's the sausages I'm talking about. And you can already see the outside line drivers are avoiding those things like they're fire, because they are not pleasant to run over. Tommy Flanagan, your pole sitter in that number 87 car there, the blue car. On top, we have Justin Gray in the 42, the black and white car there. Jason Day on the 3rd position there, inside line. The guys on the outside are a little bit worried, obviously, that this is going to be a difficult start for them, and we'll see how that pans out. They'll have to try and find their way to the inside as soon as they can, not to go down too far. Done coming down the backstretch, and the lights on the pace car have been turned off. There you see the pace car going in. The pit lane entrance is before turn 3. So here it is, Tommy Flanagan, the pole sitter, that gets to set the pace towards that call on the radio. And there we have it, folks. Race number 2 in the Crooked Line Racing Tuesday night SK Modified Series is on the way. It looks like Tommy Flanagan is well out in front already. Justin Carey diving to the inside. So it looks like he is getting a little bit lucky there, finding some room to come to the inside. We have Derek Trowbridge having a little bit more trouble there coming down. And it looks like he's been passed by Greg Smith and Wayne Bowen. And Derek is trying very hard there in that red and white car to come down to the middle there. I'm not sure if he's got the correct number on his car. Yes, he does. Number 16 is on that red and white car there. And it looks like the whole field is trying to settle in single file here. It looks like everybody is kind of settling down already. It looks right up here. We see Greg Smith in 4th position running the quickest lap of the race, an 18.09. which is a fairly good time considering that's pretty much where they were on qualifying. And you can see if we move along further down the field, everybody is coming down in single file, and it looks to me like everybody is being somewhat cautious and patient. Michael Ciccone is right behind Brendan Mettler there in the 015. And at the tail end of the field, we have Philip Barnes, Charles Stevens, and Jeff Carlson are there, also all running in single file currently. Tommy Flanagan seems to be pulling away just a couple of car lengths maybe. He's in the leading position in front of Justin Carey and Jason Day. Greg Smith has picked up that 4th position. Jason Bowen has gained 2 positions, started in 7th. He's now in 5th. Dalton Williamson is in 6th, and Derek Trowbridge has lost 3 positions since the start, so his worry about that outside line was definitely justified. Ooh, there you see Brad Ringer, I believe that was, that bounced over those sausages there in turn number 2. Got to be careful with that stuff. Let's bring you back up to the front, because it looks like Justin Carey has closed the gap to Tommy Flanagan. He is moving in that 42, going into turn 3 there. Lap number 9. Justin Carey close behind Tommy now, and it looks like Jason Day, Greg Smith, and Wayne Bowen, all of them are keeping up that same pace. If we're looking at the lap times, there's just barely a 1/10 of a second between these guys right now. Pretty much all the way down the field, not until the 17th, 18th positions, we see those lap times moving up a little bit higher there. Brandon Mettler, for example, is running an 18.8, and it looks like he is getting a little bit of a crowd behind him there. That is Michael Ciccone coming to the inside of Chad Angle, it looks like, and it indeed, he is going to be side by side going into turn 1. That is definitely going to help him. He's got that preferred line there. The number 6 car of Chad Angle has to slot in behind him. Back up to the front, looks like Tommy pulling away a couple of car lengths again. Justin Carey dropping back just a little bit there. It's all just a matter of tire management, not overdoing it. As said, if it stays green for quite some time, these guys might want to go the entire distance on one set of tires. Justin running a little bit wide there. That gives Jason Day the opportunity to close. Oh, we have an incident there involving Greg Smith. It looked to me like Greg Smith got a little bit of a tap in the back there. Yes, indeed. And I believe that is Wayne Bowen that did that to him. That is close racing, folks, and obviously that is going to be a little bit, that's what's going to happen sometimes. So it looks like Greg Smith in that 104 car is dropping back down the order here. Ooh, and he's trying to make that car turn around, and he hits the inside wall with that left front suspension. I hope he didn't bend anything up. It looks like he is dropping back to, what is it? Probably the final position there. All right, first caution of the day, folks. We are currently on lap 15. So let's go to our pit reporter, Tanner. Did you hear anything about what happened there? Any word from pit road?
Yes, sir. We got Greg in the booth. Greg, looked like you just got a little bit. Guy behind you got a little bit of antsy. How did it feel from your point of view in the driver's seat?
Yeah, I think I gave him room. I just think he just got tight, pushed up into me. One of those.
Looks like. Sorry, go ahead.
Just one of those racing deals. He apologized, but it is what it is. I'd rather it happen now than late in the run. So hopefully, still got things running straight. So we'll see.
Yeah, Greg, it looked like you ran into the wall there trying to turn that thing around. I hope it wasn't hard enough to bend up anything. How does it feel?
Nah, it feels fine.
All right, that's good to hear, my man.
We'll take it on back to you, Mark.
All right, Tanner, I apologize for butting in there, buddy. Anybody else you can talk to, or is that it?
We're going to let that ride for the time being. Let these guys settle back in. Doing a pretty good job right now going single file, so maybe we can make it to the competition caution. We don't know, though. We got 24 guys out here looking for a win.
Exactly. Everybody's hungry. So, all right. Thank you very much, Tanner. We'll get back to you later, my friend. And let's go and check things out here on track. As we can see, Tommy Flanagan is still your leader. Let's go back into the field a little bit and check out Greg Smith. It looks like Greg has been, I don't know if he's been on pit road. He's actually not showing to have been on pit road, and he is dropping back down to order. He is a lap down, so he's got his work cut out for him there tonight. That is going to be a tough race for him, and unfortunately that is part of what happens. We heard him say he thought he gave plenty of room. Probably the other driver just kind of washed up into him there. That was, I believe it was Wayne Bowen. If I saw that correctly, yes, I do believe so. And obviously stuff happens, guys. So it looks like we're getting ready to go double file here again. The lights on the pace car are back out, going into lap 19. We're going to go back to racing and see if we can bring this thing to the competition caution on lap 50. So once again, we'll see a lot of drivers trying to find their way to the inside as quickly as possible. There we have the green flag, folks. Everybody, ooh, it looks like Justin Carey is coming to the inside really early there. The Wayne Bowen in the 99 seems to be having quite good momentum on that higher side and actually slotting into third place, going around Jason Day. So maybe that outside groove is going to be coming in a little bit here. It looks like we have Derek Trowbridge once again caught on that higher side in that white and red car, the number 16. And it doesn't seem to be as bad as it was before, because he is actually also staying right alongside Derek Trowbridge there. And now it looks like Derek has gotten in front of him. Dalton is now in 5th position with Derek in 6th. And if we look through the field, it does look like everybody has found their way already, slotting in there. In single file, I see a few drivers going a little bit wide. That is Brandon Mettler in the 015. And it looks like everybody is once again pretty patient and pretty cautious here. And obviously, we still have a long way to go. You want to keep your car clean. You want to make sure that you don't need unnecessary stops to pit road. You want to make sure that you keep everything in one piece. Oh, and as we say that, we have another caution. And that looks like Ryan Woolbright in the number 40 car. Let's go see what... Oh, he definitely got together there with somebody. That is the 53 he got together with. And I want to bring that to you one more time here. Yeah, they're actually going 3 wide there, and he is coming down not aware of the fact that there's 2 of them on his left side there. So very unfortunate for Ryan Woolbright there. All right, back under caution. Let's go check with our pit reporter, Tanner Marr, and see if he's got some news from pit road.
So I was listening to the driver's channel right then. I heard some apologies get thrown out there. I actually wanted to bring AJ Rogers up in the booth. AJ, this is Mark and Tanner in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
We're doing probably a lot better than you are, but it looks like you're doing pretty good coming up through the back. How's it feel so far? I've been keeping my eye on you. I know you're a driver to watch for tonight, as always.
Well, thank you, bud. It's a little rough. Just like I said, like we've talked about before, just not running with a lot of these guys all the time and knowing the driver style. But I tell you, it's been a lot of fun coming through the back. I really enjoy racing with these guys. I know I took it 3 wide there. It was really weird that my spotter never called 2 outside until I was into 1, and I figured it'd been called sooner. So I hope I didn't cause too much of a headache there. But it's it's only lap 25, but this track is hard to pass, and you got to go when you got to go.
I tell you what, AJ, what'd you start? 24th. You're up to 12th right now. So
Halfway
you're doing
there.
good, buddy. Yeah, you're doing good. I'm gonna move you back over to the league channel, and we'll send it back to you, Mark.
All right. Hopefully, I'll be talking to y'all later.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, thank you very much, Tanner. Thank you very much, AJ. And indeed, I hadn't even noticed that yet, but he has been working his way forward very, very steadily and rapidly, I would say. He's currently in 12th position, and as said, folks, he started on 24th, final spot on the grid as last week's winner, and he has proven that he belongs somewhere up front there. He's already passed a bunch of guys, so 12th position for AJ Rogers. Very good accomplishment in only 27 laps. So let's go and check and see how Greg Smith is doing. He has been back on pit road, and let me see. He is currently, it does look like he is on the lead lap again, and it's actually Charles Stevens in the 007 car that is 2 laps down now, and Ryan Woolbright still on pit road trying to get that car worked out again, and it looks like he's going to be 3 laps down from the rest of them. He is coming back out, though. We're happy to see that for sure. All right, we're getting ready to get back on our way again, going into lap 29. It is still Tommy Flanagan and Justin Carey at the front there. There we go. The race is back on. The 87 takes the lead once again right in front of Justin Carey. It's almost like they talked about how to do this, because he slots into the inside really quickly there. Wayne Bowen is in 3rd position. Dalton Williamson picks up 4th. And Jason Day we have another one going around.
The yellow flag is out.
That looks like the 57 car. Let me see if I can find him really quickly there. It is the 57 on his paint job, but it is a 16 in scoring. That throws me off a little bit here. Let's go back and jump at what we saw happening here. He gets a little tap in the back from the 76 there, and then he can't save it, and everybody just bunches up behind him there. All right, 76, that is the 57, I'm sorry, that is Derek Trowbridge. We heard from him before the race. Let's go and check with Tanner Marr on pit road and see what the word is.
Yeah, Mark. So Derek has some damage. He didn't really want to come comment, but Wayne in the 99, I got you in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Tanner.
So I noticed that you qualified 7th. You're running up to 3rd right now. You gained 4 spots. How's the setup in the race right now treating you with 32 laps in the book?
Really good. Like to get some green flag laps in. I feel like I got a pretty good line around this track. I've got a run on the 2nd place car there, Justin, a couple times, and was just about to get by, I believe, till a caution come out. But feel good right now, just trying to be real patient. Once again, I apologize to Greg. I was kind of thought I had a run, and I think it was Dalton behind me kind of looking inside. I was trying not to cut him off, and I barely touched Greg, and I hate that. But just right now, trying to be patient.
Man, I get it, buddy. I just we've been noticing that you got stuck on the outside a few times on the restarts, and you're about one of the only ones I've seen so far make it work to where you're actually gaining positions out there. So we're gonna get you back in the league channel and keep going at it. Just remember, we got a competition caution coming at lap 50 or thereabout. Good luck to you, Wayne. Mark, we'll send it back to you, buddy.
All right, thank you very much, Tanner. That was good information from Wayne Bowen talking about the earlier incident with Greg Smith and explaining a little bit that it looks to me like Tanner also mentioned a little bit there, that higher line seems to be coming in a little bit, and it kind of worked for Wayne there on the restart. So we see him back going double file here, folks. The lights on the pace car have been turned off. We are getting ready to go back to racing, going into lap 35 of 100. Tommy Flanagan is still your leader. Justin Carey alongside him on that 2nd position.
Green flag.
And there they go once again. The green flag is out. It looks like Justin is staying on that. Well, there he comes to the inside. Wayne Bowen and Dalton Williamson are side by side. Dalton now slotting in on single file as well. Jason Day is hanging on to 5th position with Trevor Vogel and Brad Ringer going side by side behind him there. It looks like some of the guys there in the final half, in the 2nd half of the top 10, I should say, are staying out there as double wide. It looks like those higher lines might be coming in a little bit. Ooh, we have Dalton Williamson in trouble there. I'm not really sure what happened. Let's go bring that back really quick. Watch the 4th car there. That is Dalton Williamson, the number 1 car. And it looks like he stays. Ooh, it looks like the 99 kind of got in trouble trying to make a pass, and that kind of caught Dalton Williamson out there. Dalton has dropped back to 11th position because of that, so I'm sure there's going to be some talk back and forth about that one as well. Tommy Flanagan still in the lead. He's got about a car length on Justin Carey, and Wayne Bowen is starting to get a little bit more racy there in 3rd position. We know that he feels pretty confident about the car and the track being rubbered in, so it looks like he is trying out that, ooh, I can't barely talk, trying out that higher line, see if he can make that work. And as far as I can tell right now, he is actually being able to run exactly the same pace as Justin Carey in front of him. Not quite able to pass yet, but it looks like that higher side is in fact coming in. We're already on lap 40, folks. And it looks like Wayne Bowen is being closely followed now by Jason Day in 4th position. This time it's Justin going a little bit higher there, and Wayne is trying to come to his inside here, and not quite close enough. Jason Day also being pursued and threatened there a little bit by Trevor Vogel in that number 13 car, the black car with the green wheels. And behind Trevor we have Brad Ringer in that white machine. Flanagan still out there. He's about a half a second clear right now. It's not much, but on an oval, it is more than you would think. Justin Carey still in second position there in that 42 car. Let's go and see if we can find AJ. AJ has already gained another 5 positions. He is currently running in the 7th position here in the number 17 car. Having a good time, that's for sure. He is right behind Brad Ringer, so he is actually catching on to that lead group. The lead group is basically the 1st through 7th positions right now. Michael Swink is a little bit further back. He's got about a second between Rogers and him. Let's go check on our leader. Tommy Flanagan is still in the 1st position in that 87 car. Justin Carey is basically got Wayne all over him now. Wayne coming to the inside. There seems to be a slight touch there. And Wayne Bowen is picking up 2nd position there. Justin has to be careful that Jason Day is not going to follow through there as well. Vogel on the outside line making a move there on Jason Day. Staying to the outside. Can he get it done? Still side by side, and now Trevor is actually moving up alongside the 42 of Justin Carey, picking up 3rd position, no less, and that he has got great momentum on that higher side there. It looks like that higher side is definitely coming in. So Jason Carey has got Jason Day is on the inside there. Oops, we got a yellow. Let's go and find out what has been happening. It is the 48, folks, of Earl Wolf that has spun around. Let's go. Oh, it's actually the 015 of Brandon Mettler that spins around in front of him. That's the sausages for you, folks. That just makes the car jump in the air, and Brandon Mettler just spinning around there because of jumping on the sausages. Let's bring that back one more time. And there you see what's going on. He just completely airborne as he runs over those things, can't save the car, and it looks like Earl is just a bystander there, has nowhere to go. All right, let's see. Brandon Mettler looks like he's still running around the track there. It looks like we see Justin Carey coming into pit road. Let's take it to Tanner Marr on pit road and see what the word is.
All right, Mark, so we got 2 drivers in the broadcast booth right now. First and foremost, I wanted to get with Brandon Mettler. Brandon, I'll be honest, there's a lot of action going on the track. I was watching up front. Can you elaborate any to what happened right then? Then we'll let you get back out and get your car fixed.
It's pretty easy. I just got down into the turtles a little bit too hard, and it spun me around, and the person behind me didn't have enough room to check up and got into me, and we sent us around, and everybody behind us got caught up in it.
10-4, buddy. I mean, I hate to hear that. You're a league regular. You're one of my buddies, so I know Mark's been talking about them old turtles or saucers or whatever, and they can definitely be gremlins. I'm going to get you back in the league chat. Tommy, you got a copy? Tommy Flanagan, do you got a copy? 10-4. Well, Mark, I wanted to talk to Tommy. He's been able to not really check out on the field, but he's led all 50-something laps so far. It looks like he has a strong hold on his setup. I don't know what you see from your point of view. I know he needs to worry about Wayne Bowen and Justin Carey, AJ Rogers. Them boys are hungry. You know they're coming.
Absolutely, Tanner. What I'm seeing so far is that it appears to me that that higher line, that second groove, is actually coming in. More and more guys are starting to use it, and more guys are starting to get a little racy there with it as well. So I'm expecting Wayne to be a strong contender here towards Tommy Flanagan. He may have led all 53 laps so far, but it's not in the bag.
Mark, you are absolutely right. And I'll be honest, I'm sitting here watching. You know, I'm a competitor on Monday nights. And to give these guys just a little bit of secret, what Wayne's doing, he's diamond in the corner. You see him, he drifts in, then he goes up high. And then when he's getting off the corner, he's driving it pretty much straight. So these cars are all about momentum, and he's found out that secret. So
Absolutely.
we'll see as the race goes on. This was the competition caution right here. They're trying to get the lineup set. So we'll see what happens, Mark. We're going to send it back to you. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Well, one thing I want to ask you, what do you call those things in turn one? Turtles?
So in the NASCAR world, whenever they go to the Charlotte Roval and whatnot, they call them turtles.
Okay.
You were calling them. What were you calling them earlier?
Well, we are in the road racing world. We call those things sausages.
Sausages. Okay, 10-4. I'll note that. I knew when you mentioned it earlier, Myrtle Beach popped in my head, and I knew exactly what you're talking about. That's one of the hardest things with this track, but we'll send it back to you. These boys are going green.
All right, thank you, Tanner. And we're right on time for the green flag. Tommy Flanagan brings it back in the lead to turn one once again. Wayne Bowen in second position. Trevor Vogel in that number 13 car. Strong restart there, as we saw Wayne also catch one of those turtles. I'll call them turtles if you want me to. I don't care. Trevor Vogel is very strong on that higher side, and as said, I believe that second groove is actually coming in here a little bit, and Trevor is proving me right. He's actually staying very high this time. That doesn't seem to work all that well. Jason Day there in the 52 in fourth position. It is actually Justin Carey that has dropped back to sixth position, but he seems to be catching back up again. And look at AJ Rogers in seventh position. He's at the tail end of this leading group here in that number 17 car, coming all the way from the back. Tommy Flanagan pulling away a little bit, not that much, but maybe 1 or 2 car lengths. That is pretty much all it is. It's not even half a second. Wayne Bowen is currently following him in second position, probably a little bit more worried about Trevor Vogel behind him than he is about passing Tommy Flanagan. He still's got about what is it, 43 laps for that, but Trevor seems to be running. We have Jason Day going sideways there. He saves it. Let's bring that back for you really quickly. The 52 of Jason Day coming off the turn. Maybe there was a little bit of a touch, I don't know, but he beautifully saves that car from going around. Very, very good job for Jason Day there. It does cost him a little bit. He is in sixth position now. Brad Ringer has taken advantage of that, and he is now in fifth. Let's go and see. Let me see. I was trying to look for Greg Smith. And believe it or not, our victim of an early incident is already back up in 8th position. So Greg Smith is definitely doing a fantastic job here tonight, going into lap 61, 8th position. Tommy Flanagan is now definitely coming under pressure from Wayne Bowen. And Trevor Vogel is also there. It looks like these three have separated themselves a little bit. And Wayne Bowen is coming to the inside there. Can't quite get it done yet. It looks like Tommy Flanagan has that higher side working for him just as much as the other guys do. Wayne Bowen still trying on the inside. Tommy defending there, having a little bit better momentum on that high side coming off the turn there on turn number 4. Trevor Vogel definitely making life hard for Wayne Bowen as well, and it's kind of allowing AJ Rogers to catch back up. AJ now in 4th position, so he has worked his way past Jason Day and Brad Ringer. He is trying to close the gap with the leading trio there in front of him, and it does look like he is getting that done. Wayne Bowen still hanging on to 2nd position with Trevor Vogel challenging him on the high side. They're side by side in turn 3 and 4, folks. This is amazing racing. Very good job these guys are doing. Tommy Flanagan is taking advantage of the fact that Trevor is working hard on Wayne, and it's true in any form of racing, folks. If you are battling with somebody, you're always a little bit slower than when you're racing on your own, and that is the reason you see Tommy Flanagan moving out just a little bit compared to Wayne Bowen and Trevor Vogel, and it is also the reason that you see AJ Rogers catching up with these guys, and he is not wasting any time. He has already put himself past Trevor Vogel. He means business, but we have gone yellow. That is putting a little halt to his ambitions there. Let's go see who that was. It looks like the number 19 has gone around there. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to him. The 19 is Michael Ciccone. I hope I pronounce his name correctly. There you have him. He is coming off turn number 4 on the main straightaway, going into turn number 1. And it actually looks like he has been touched by one of the other drivers. I couldn't really tell who that was. That must have been probably Charles Stevens or somebody, maybe Stevens or Barnes. I'm not sure who that was. So let's not falsely accuse anybody. Michael is back on his way at least, so that is the good news. All right, let's go check with Tanner and see what the news on pit road is on that.
Well, Mark, I'll be honest. I asked for an interview, and we got drivers arguing. I had to go break up a cat fight real quick. But back to what you were watching a while ago, Jason Day in that number 52, the orange car, I believe it was, when he got sideways earlier. These SKs, they don't put down a lot of power, so when these cars get sideways with them big tires, there's usually no saving them. And when the 99 of Wayne and Trevor got racing sideways, there wasn't nobody else happier out there than Tommy Flanagan and AJ Rogers. They let Tommy rest a little bit, let him get back out in front of the field, and if you notice, it had AJ Rogers creeping up back into the picture with him.
Absolutely.
I have a feeling we're about to have a 5 to 6 person show right here. So
that's kind of what it looks like, Tanner. Absolutely, yeah. Like I was telling the viewers, if two guys are fighting, they are slowing themselves down compared to the guys running on their own, and it allowed Tommy a little bit of breathing room, and it allowed AJ to catch up with him, and AJ has already passed Trevor Vogel for third position there. All right, Tanner, we understand the emotions that are coming with racing hard and being knocked around, so it is what it is. We'll talk to you later, my friend.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, folks, let's bring you back up to speed here. We are on lap 70, and the lights on the pace car have not been turned out yet, so I'm expecting them to go out there at the next time by. Wayne Bowen is hanging on to that second position. He's going to be on the outside line. We know that outside line has been coming in fairly good, 70 laps into the race, so expect this to be fireworks here pretty soon. We're getting closer to the finish, so everybody is starting to feel a little bit more anxious and seeing if they can make something happen here for themselves. So far, we haven't seen anybody on pit road that didn't need to be there for tires and fuel, so I'm expecting especially these top drivers, I'm expecting them to go the distance if they can make it. And if they wouldn't have been able to make it, I'm sure we would have seen them on pit road already. Pace car is into the pits. The lights have been turned off. They're side by side. Tommy Flanagan on your inside with Wayne Bowen on the outside there. We're going to see these guys heat things up a little bit. Tommy has got a good start there. Wayne Bowen on the outside. It is AJ Rogers that already comes into his inside there, stealing that second position from him. AJ Rogers in second position there. And Wayne Bowen has to settle for third. He's got Trevor Vogel on his outside, so he's got to be careful not to be run over there. It looks like Tommy and AJ are pulling away a little bit. Wayne Bowen in third position, definitely hanging on. Trevor Vogel in fourth. Brad Ringer coming to the inside of Jason Day. Jason on the outside there trying to stick with him. It definitely looks like that outside line is working fairly well. We see Tommy Flanagan now coming under pressure from AJ Rogers in this lap number 74. That 17 car is starting to push harder and harder and harder. And remember, folks, he came from the final spot on the grid, 24th to the second position at this point, 75 laps into the race. AJ's done a phenomenal job here tonight, no matter what happens. And he's already going to put a challenge there on the 87, coming to the inside. Tommy has the better momentum coming off the turn, but AJ is on the inside going into one. Side by side through turn 2 on the backstretch. Tommy still nosing ahead there. AJ once again, his aspirations have to come to a halt once again here. It looks like the number 9 of Philip Barnes has been going around there, and it did look like he got a little help. Actually, he didn't get any help. He got himself on the turtles, had to slow down to catch the car, and that's when he got a little bit of a love tap in the back there. So let's see that one more time here. The number 9 car, Philip Barnes, coming into turn 1. And you'll see that car jump up a little bit. That's the turtle he's running over. and then he has to get out of the gas to save the car, gets a little tap on the back end there. He is still running, and it looks like everybody is still staying away from pit road. Tanner, what's the news on pit road?
Well, you said it, Mark. I heard you in my ear. You called it them turtles. That's the gremlin of the night. It just reached out and grabbed him, and we saw what happened after that. We actually got AJ Rogers back in the booth. I had to pull him in back one more time. AJ, we saw you right then. The caution came out kind of at a bad point for you. You were actually on the inside of Tommy. What are you thinking right now? Do you think you have a shot for it?
I think so. I don't really want to be starting on the outside right here. I'm going to have to get a really good start on this restart to see what happens. But I don't know. Tommy's fast. He proved that right there. So it's going to be hard to get around him. I'm going to race him as clean as I can, but I'm not going to make it easy,
10-4, buddy. As the competitor in me, I've been in your spot, so I know what you're feeling right now. It'd be awesome for you to come from the back to win this race. I guess we're going to change the rule, make it named the AJ Rogers rule, if you can do this.
No. I think if I win this one, I get to start up front again. So, no, this is fun. I've enjoyed racing with all the guys. It's like I said, I really enjoyed getting to know who does what and when, and it's been a fun league so far. Looking forward to some more races.
Listen, I won't hold you up much longer. Light's about to go off on a pace car, but I do want to ask you, have you pitted for tires or anything yet?
Yeah, I took tires on when the competition come in, but seems to me my car is better on old tires than the new ones. Plus, but I can't really remember where we're at lap wise because we ran a few cautions under this one, but I still got a good piece underneath me, so I'll be pretty happy.
10-4, buddy. We'll get you back over to the league race channel and the driver's channel, and then Mark will send it back to you to call this finish.
All right, thank you very much, Tanner. Awesome to hear from AJ there. Looks like he is feeling pretty good about this race. He's got a good car under him. He's worked his way through the field, so he knows how to get around this track, both inside and out, I'm sure. And he's not happy about starting on the outside, obviously, but I think he is well aware that that outside line has come in a little bit, and I don't think it's going to be too big of a problem for him. And as Tanner pointed out, come a long way from starting 24th. If he keeps this up and wins it, he's going to be starting in the back again, no matter what we think about it. And because we love a show like this, that's for sure. All right, folks, the pace car has come back in, going into lap 82. We're going to go back to racing here. Tommy Flanagan is still your leader, but the pressure that AJ is going to mount on him is going to be a lot more for sure, because we're going to get ready to settle this thing here. AJ is slotting in there in second place. Wayne Bowen right behind him. Trevor, we have somebody going around there that looked like Jason Day was getting turned around there. Let's go and check what is going on. Watch the green, or what, I don't know what you call that color, that the 52 there on top of that. It looks like he was coming down a little bit too much, not aware of the fact that the 76 of Brad Ringer was there. So unfortunately, and then the 6 is also getting involved there. That is Chad Angle trying to find his way around the wreckage there. So let's bring it back to you one more time here. The 76 and the 52 getting together there. Jason Day and Brett Angle. All right, let's go and check on Tanner Marr. Tanner, it looks like that 52 is smoking. Any word from the pit?
We actually got Jason Day in the booth. Jason, this is Tanner Mark up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I see. So I'll be honest, I didn't get to catch the initial wreck. Didn't see what happened, but I see you're smoking. I just got one question. Have you burned through your fast repair? All you drivers have one fast repair.
I messed up. My car's stuck in the pit now because I didn't have it clicked on, and now I'm just stuck in here.
Oh, no. I lost a race about 2 weeks ago doing that same thing. So you had it unchecked and you pulled into your stall, didn't you? That's rough, Jason. While I got you here, lights still on the pace car. You got any sponsors or anybody you want to shout out real quick?
Big thanks to my family for letting me race. Don Man Excavating, a monster on the car, but they don't really sponsor me, just like it for fun. And you guys for doing the race. And unfortunately, my bad luck continues.
Jason, we've talked a lot the past 2 weeks, buddy. You're also a league regular in the Super Late Model Series on Monday nights. We've been talking about your luck, buddy. Maybe this next week we'll get you a golden horseshoe.
Yeah, we'll see. Car was good tonight. Had a good run. Just made a couple little mistakes, but trying to be patient and not let guys. I didn't want to hit guys from people cutting across the front and stuff. I was trying to let up and be patient, and I should have been more aggressive.
10-4. Jason, we'll send you back over to the chat race channel. Mark, that's a racer's racer right there. That's a really good guy. You hear the disappointment in his voice, man. I hate that it happened to him.
Absolutely, man. I totally agree with you. He's been running very strong there in the top 5, top 6 all night long, and then losing it like that, and then unfortunately having burned up that fast repair when you didn't need it. That is tough. That's a tough call. Obviously, you know, you gotta make sure that you keep your eye on everything, and obviously that is hard to do for sure.
Yeah, that's in a rough spot. Like I said, I did it to myself 2 weeks ago. I have a lot of friends in this league, but Jason Day is one of the nicest people you ever meet. Hate that happened to him, but well, we got about 12, 13 laps left. We're going to send it back to you, and hopefully we can get this thing to finish under green.
All right, thank you, Tanner. And yeah, I agree with Tanner there, man, folks. Tough call for Jason there. And there's not a driver on a track that hasn't done that the same thing as well, burning up that fast repair when you didn't need it. All right, going into lap 88, 13 laps to go. We're going to go back to racing. Tommy Flanagan and A.J. Rogers at the top of the field there. It looks like Wade Bowen has got a good run there on the inside on the restart here, taking A.J. by surprise a little bit maybe. He is on the inside. AJ's going to have to make that higher side work, and it looks like he does so. It looks like he is staying ahead of Wayne there. AJ, oh my goodness, there we are, we're back again. I'm sorry about that, folks. Every once in a while we have these hiccups. I can't help it. And Tommy Flanagan still in the lead. AJ Rogers hanging on to that second position there. Wayne Bowen hanging on to the third position with a lot of pressure from behind from Trevor Vogel and Justin Carey, both of them right on his bumper there. Trevor on the high side and Justin on the inside there. Greg Smith in the 104. We know that he had an earlier incident early in the race, and he's already back up in 6th position. Dalton Williamson also had an incident earlier in the race. He's back up into 7th position, challenging Greg Smith there. So let's bring you back up front here because things are closing in here as well. A.J. Rogers right behind Tommy Flanagan. Wayne Bowen in 3rd position there. And Trevor Vogel looks like he is losing a little bit of like 1 or 2 car lengths there. And A.J. Rogers trying to put pressure on Tommy Flanagan. Wayne Bowen in his turn is trying to put pressure on that 17 car. Who has got the biggest, the nerves of steel here? We are on lap 93. We've got 8 more laps to go, folks. Tommy Flanagan is hanging on. We heard A.J. Rogers tell us on the interview there in the yellow that he knows Tommy is a very fast driver. It's not going to be easy to find his way around there. He was trying to look at the outside there, but thought the better of it. Tugs in behind Flanagan in 2nd position there with Wayne Bowen looking like he is dropping about a car length behind now, and Trevor Vogel having a little bit more trouble keeping up here. So right now, folks, with 6 laps to go, it looks like it's between Tommy Flanagan and A.J. Rogers. Wayne Bowen in the 3rd position there. And it looks like he is trying to catch up. And it looks like AJ has got this, he's got Tommy where he wants him now. He's coming to the inside, going into turn 1, making a move for the lead. This could be the move for the race. Tommy not giving up that easy, obviously. He's got good momentum coming off the higher side on turn 2 there. In turn 3 and 4, he's still on the outside. And once again, better momentum on that higher side. Tommy still noses that car ahead of the 17, but only just. It is very, very close. They actually do touch there. Tommy Flanagan now being challenged by Wayne Bowen as he got a little bit of a touch from the 17 there. Obviously, folks, this is close racing. This is all part of it. Wayne Bowen, same thing. A little bit of a tap to Tommy Flanagan there. Tommy is trying to pinch him down as much as he can, but that means that obviously he is risking getting run into when those cars wash up a little bit. So it's basically, it's a shared responsibility. I feel that way very strongly. Dalton Williamson picks up 4th position from Trevor Vogel there right by, ooh, Trevor hits the wall. Looks like he saves it from going around, but he got both those wheels into the wall pretty hard there. Tommy Flanagan hanging on to third position as we see the white flag for A.J. Rogers. A.J. Rogers started 24th, folks, and he is leading this thing. He is bringing the trophy home once again. I guess he likes starting in the back. A.J. Rogers picks up the second win of the season in as many races. Wayne Bowen brings it home in second place. Very, very good race from him. Tommy Flanagan brings it home in third there. Must have been that maybe he asked a little bit too much of his tires. We'll try to find out that in a little bit here. Dalton Williamson in fourth. Trevor Vogel is fifth place. Justin Carey sixth, Greg Smith seventh, very good result considering, and Michael Swink in eighth, Tommy Dunn ninth, and Brad Ringer rounds out your top 10. There is AJ Rogers celebrating. Obviously, he is a very happy camper. All right, folks, that was a very, very exciting race. I enjoyed this very much. These SK modifieds may not have the biggest engines in them, and they may not be the quickest thing around, but they make for very cool racing. I had thought this was an extremely good example of what this kind of racing should be like. So let's go see if we can find somebody up there already. It looks like we have all of them here. Tommy Flanagan, let's start with you, my friend. You were pretty dominant throughout the race, and at the end there, it looks like AJ got the better of you there. Talk us through that final pass there.
Yeah, I slipped up a little bit. He got underneath me. And the 13 didn't give me no room on the top. He was turning in way late, and I didn't have another shot at him. But it was a good race overall.
Absolutely. So it looked like you guys touched a little bit there. From where I'm standing, it kind of looked like you were doing your best to, despite being on the high side, being as low as you could to try and stay on the grippy side of the track there, obviously. Did I see that right?
Yeah, I was just trying to crowd him real good, try to pinch him down there, make him turn his wheels a little bit harder, and just keep the momentum up there. But it didn't. If the 13 wouldn't have pushed me up a little bit high, I might have had another shot on the outside.
Oh, I see. All right. So, well, anyway, man, third place is still a pretty good finish for a race well run there, Tommy. Nothing to be ashamed about to take home a bronze trophy, I would say.
Yeah, I hear that. It was a good race, so I had a lot of fun.
Good deal. Good deal. Thank you very much, Tommy. Anybody you want to give some special shout out to?
Just Full Bore Motorsports and the Tanner and all the guys for putting this show together.
You betcha, Tommy. Thanks very much, my friend. Wayne, let's go to you. You ran also a very strong race there up in the front, pretty much from the get-go. You proved to be a little bit patient there in the beginning, it seemed to me, and then you started pounding up the pressure right around that halfway mark there. How did it go for you?
Oh, man, I can't complain. Like you say, I tried to be patient the first half of the race and hang on to the tires, save some for the end. So if we didn't pit, wasn't sure what everybody'd do. But, yeah, it was just time to go there towards the end. It was tough. Tommy was fast. He had a good line there. And I forget who the other car was, but, he was running tight. I felt like if I could have ever just got by him, I really think I could have drove off. I like this track. I got a lot of laps on it. I know how to get around it fast. But here come AJ, and man, he's super quick. So he got up there, and they started dicing it up, and I was just fortunate enough that they touched and got together a little bit, and I slipped by Tommy there for a second there. I think we touched just a little bit getting in the one, but it's just running hard there at the end, and just enjoyed racing with everybody. Good, fun, hard, clean racing up there, and just again, and thanks to Tanner and everybody at Crooked Line for putting this race on.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more, man. This was one of the best races I've seen in a long time on a short oval. I guarantee you that, and I see a lot of them because I do this stuff about 4 or 5 nights a week, and this was a very, very good show. You all were very, very respectful, and yes, indeed, there's a little bit of touching the left and right, but hey, this is close call. This is close racing on a half-mile oval with 24 cars. That's what you need to expect and be ready for. Obviously, once again, Wayne, great job you did there. You were strong all night long. A very well-deserved second place. Anybody you want to shout out to, sir?
I really just thank to everybody at Tanner and everybody at Crooked Line putting this on. Just enjoyed it a lot. It's a lot of fun, and just all the competitors. Everybody races hard, races clean. I enjoyed it. Just once again, I did get into Greg here at the beginning. I want to apologize him one more time. I seen he got back up there. I think he wound about 5th or 6th, and so but just enjoyed it and look forward to doing it next week.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Wayne, for your information. Greg finished up in 7th position there. Very strong comeback for him as well. So, all in all, I think the both of you, like we say, shit happens, but I believe Greg recovered from it pretty good. All right.
Sure.
All right, Wayne, thank you very much, my friend. Let's go to AJ here. AJ, I think you like starting in the back.
I don't want to start in the back again, but I'll take it. That was one hell of a race with him up front and blocking, and us being able to be respectful enough to not wreck one another. Last thing I wanted to do was that happen, but that was a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I've raced like that and had that much fun, and I can't thank him enough for racing me clean. I mean, I know he's blocking. I'd have done the same thing, but that was more fun than I've had in a long time.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, AJ. It's even from my standpoint, like I just said, this is one of the best races on a short oval I've seen in a long while. And seeing you work your way all the way, I missed you going all the way to 12th position, but once you were there, I started keeping an eye on you, and you just steadily drove your way forward. And it looked like for a while there, I believe it was Wayne and Trevor duking it out there for second position. That kind of got you to caught up to them, and all of a sudden there you are in 4th position, 3rd position, and then on the restart you brought yourself in 2nd and challenged Tommy there for the lead. Didn't waste a whole lot of time there, so hats off to you, man. That was just a fantastic job, and like you're saying, yes, there's a little bit of touching here on the left and right, but that's part of close racing on a short oval like this. It was a phenomenal job. Congratulations to you, man.
Thank you, buddy. It was, like I said, it was a lot of fun with Tommy. I mean, he can wheel the car. He did nothing wrong. I just happened to get a little better position off the bottom of the corner, but he was able to keep me down. That's one thing that worried me, that he was able to keep me down. And if we would have stayed side by side, he'd have been able to outrun me on the outside coming to the start finish line. But like I said, no, we touched. It wasn't intentional. It's just short track racing. But hats off to him.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it looked like that higher side, just pretty much about lap 50 to 60. It started coming in pretty good, and whoever was on that high side got very good momentum coming off the turns, and was probably capable of staying ahead of you if he wouldn't have been touched. But that's no complaint. I mean, that just happens. But it looked to me like
happens,
yeah, exactly, and it looked like that high side came in pretty good. Was that your experience as well?
Yeah, it carried a lot of momentum, and these cars require so much momentum that if you kill them off the bottom coming out of the corner, they just don't have enough horsepower to get up out of it. So when you can run, and then when you run the high line, you can get right back in the throttle and keep the momentum up. So that's one thing, but just all around fun. Got to thank my teammate Dalton back there for. He had some issues at the beginning, and he come back, and all the work and stuff we do on these cars. Tommy, Wayne, all those guys, Tanner for putting it on. Sucks. I got to start in the back next week. Probably, I'm not even going to ask where we're gonna go to, because I don't want to know until next Tuesday. But it'll be a lot of fun.
You're lucky I don't even know.
Yeah, thank you. Good. I'm glad.
But yeah, I agree with you, man. Dalton also, both Greg Smith and Dalton Williamson with issues earlier in the race. They had good comebacks. Dalton finished 4th, Greg finished 7th. So yeah, they came back very strongly later in the race. So hats off to them as well. Again, yeah, go ahead.
Any of these are capable of winning. I mean, Jason Day, I heard him say something. He got caught up on pit road for something. I hate that for him. Just all the guys. It's a pleasure getting to know everybody and run with one another, and hope we can all keep a field of 24 cars showing up the whole season.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We need more of this. This is absolutely great fun. If I look at the lap times, the best lap times of each and every driver of all 24 drivers, that is all within a second of each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody that wasn't capable of running a worse lap time than 19 seconds. So, and I believe if I see it really quickly, I think 18.4 is the slowest of the fastest lap times of each driver. So that kind of tells you how close the competition is. And if I look at the last lap times on the final lap, there's only one driver that had a bad lap, and that was Jason Day. We knew he was in trouble, but other than that, everybody is running in that same area. One driver over 19 seconds on the final lap, and that's it. So that kind of gives you an idea of how immensely close this was.
Yes, sir. I agree. It was not easy coming up through the field whatsoever. But it was a lot of fun, and we'll go do it next week.
All right. Thank you very much, AJ. Any special shout outs or thank yous you want to throw out there if you haven't already?
Just my sponsors, Dixie Products, teammates, Rev Esports with Dalton Williamson, Dr. Noise, the one who paints my cars, just the old orange and blue back up front again.
All right, thank you very much, AJ. Tanner, anything you want to add to this? At the end of the race, I think we've definitely seen one of the best short track races in a long time on iRacing here.
So, Mark, I'll be honest with you. When we got off here, we said our goodbyes last week. I wasn't down, disappointed, but I just wasn't happy with the racing we saw last week. So the boys, they knuckled down. They got us set up together, and hearing all the drivers thank us and everything, that makes us feel like we hit it out the park. And then I sat right here with you, within earshot the whole time, and I watched these boys go for 100 laps. Yeah, we had some cautions, but that's some of the best short track racing I've seen on iRacing. When don't take up too much time here, but when I laid in bed one night and thought of this league, I never imagined it would be something that if you build it, they would come. Meaning, I went out, me, Joshua, Jeff, James, we went out and we didn't just get every driver that wanted to come. We got drivers that we knew because we wanted it to be special. And I honestly feel like we have the recipe for something good here. And I hope, like AJ said, I hope they keep coming back. We'll put AJ in the back next week again. We're going to North Wilkesboro, and it's another short track, tight corners. It ain't very wide. It's going to be a little bit more racy because there's more than just one groove at the start of the race. I mean, I'm just hoping for another good show, Mark, and I can't thank you enough. I can't thank McConey Setup Shop. I can't thank MF Racing Designs. I can't thank none of them guys enough. James McClellan, you don't hear his name mentioned a lot, but he started Crooked Line Racing. He does all the website work, all the back end work. Can't thank him enough. Joshua Sexton, Scotty Stevens, Jeff Dooley, Derek Trowbridge, all them guys, man. I heard my name thrown out a lot, but those are guys you don't hear very much about. But I promise you, we're in a group text and we talk at least 20 times a day, just bouncing ideas back and forth. So
Awesome. All right, Tanner. I mean, I all I can say is I completely agree and second what you're saying. I think everybody that set this up has done a phenomenal job. I think all the drivers here tonight. I was just talking to AJ. You probably picked up on that about lap times. I mean, if you look at the charts, this has been extremely competitive between all 24 drivers, and obviously, nobody's going to deny that some of this racing we're going to touch each other on a tight track like this with 24 cars being that close together in lap times. Stuff is going to happen. I'm really glad that everybody is grown up about it, and everybody takes it as it comes. Tommy Flanagan missed out on the win, but it was a great fight, and that's worth something as well. It's not just about the win; it's also about how you run the race and how you make all this work, and how it goes down. Obviously, if you get turned around in an irregular or a mean way, yes, that's gonna make the tempers flare up a little bit, obviously. But none of that was the case here, especially on the fight for the win. This was good and clean racing, the way short track racing is supposed to be. I honestly, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I do a lot of these short track series. and this is one of the best races I've seen in a long, long time. Absolutely. So hats off to you guys for setting it up. Hats off to all the 24 drivers here tonight that made this show what it was. It was absolutely phenomenal. So I'm pretty sure you could have heard that in my commentary throughout the race as well. So right now on your screen, folks, we have the full lineup here, or at least the first 18 on your screen right now. AJ Rogers is your winner. Wayne Bowen second. Tommy Flanagan. We heard from all three of them. Dalton Williamson, a great comeback after earlier trouble in the race, brings it home in fourth. Trevor Vogel was very strong there, coming up from the middle of the pack. I believe he started somewhere in the 12th position or something like that, and he worked his way forward and was definitely one of the guys to be reckoned with there. Justin Carey brings it home in sixth position. He had a good start, and a few issues made him fade to sixth a little bit, but it's still a good showing for him as well. Never gave up, kept on moving forward, and brings it home in sixth position. Another one of those guys that was a victim of a little incident there in the beginning of the race was Craig Smith. You heard from him during the race saying, well, I'd rather have it happen now than late in the race, and there you have him, worked his way all the way back to seventh position. Michael Swink in eighth. Michael's been running in that top 10 area there pretty much most of the race, I believe, as was Tommy Dunn. Tommy Dunn started a little bit further back, so both Michael and Tommy worked their way up about 6 to 8 positions forward, so pretty good race for them. Brad Ringer was also a force to be reckoned with in that top 5 for a while there. Brian Bianchi in 11th, Kevin Roy in 12th, Earl Wolf in 13th, Charles Steffens in 14th, Michael Ciccone in 15th, Jamie Apsher in 16th, 17th is Philip Barnes, 18th is Jeff Carlson, and let's move on to the second page there. Let me see where we at. 19th is Eric Barnes, Chad Engel 20th, Jason Day, unlucky day for him, got turned around there. It is what it is. He blew the engine in that process, hitting the wall, and then his faster pair was unfortunately kind of used up when he didn't need it on his regular pit stop, and that is very unfortunate because it basically means that you're stuck on pit road until iRacing calculates that that car's been fixed, and it was too late in the race for him to be able to save anything. So unfortunate day for Jason Day. We heard Tanner talk to him as well. Been an unlucky stretch for him. Hopefully his luck turns next week. Brandon Mettler brings it home in 22nd. He was quite a ways down there. Derek Trowbridge, 50 laps down. Ryan Woolbright in your final position. The names under there. Tanner Marr was your pit reporter tonight. Joshua Sexton and Scotty Stevens and Timothy Trowbridge, all part of the organizers here, did not take the start, but were working behind the scenes to make this thing what it was. And once again, folks, I believe it was a great show. Absolutely phenomenal racing. And that proves to you as a racing fan that you don't need the highest horsepower machines to bring on a good show. You just need good drivers that respect each other and that are willing to go for it without being messy. And that's what we saw here tonight. So as you heard Tanner say, next week we're going to North Wilkesboro. We hope to see you back there. We appreciate our sponsors, McConey Setup Shop and MF Racing Designs. Go check them out on Facebook. Make sure you check McConey Setup Shop for your setup needs. And if you need a car painted, go to MF Racing Designs and see what he can do for you. You heard Tanner explain in the earlier part of the broadcast that MF Racing Designs can pretty much do anything you ask. So check them out, folks, and come back and see us next week at North Wilkesboro. Short Shift Racing for you here tonight. My name is Mark Bruning. Tanner Marr was my pit reporter here tonight. I thank him very much for filling us in on a lot of background information. We hope to see you again next week. And until then, folks, stay safe and stay healthy.